Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Strong and Steady class. Thanks for joining. My name is Jen. I'm seated on my folding chair. I'm right on my sit bones, nice and comfortably. I have my legs extended out parallel. And I have my Goldilocks array of dumbbells out to my side and my water bottle to the other side. Let's go ahead and extend our arms out from our sides. Relax through your neck and tops of shoulders and start moving your arms gently into small circles. We're trying to promote good blood flow into our chest, shoulders, and back. Keep it nice and easy as you go in these circles. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling out your mouth. Good. Now let's change direction of our circles, staying light in your fingers. Try not to drive extra stress into your arms. Sitting as still as you can, using your belly muscles to hold your shoulders stable. The chair is going to hold your hips stable. All right, bring your arms to your side. Now let's start opening up into back strokes, nice and easy. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep it slow. Good, just a couple more. Nicely done. All right, bring that hand to rest on your knee. Take the other arm, which is my right arm, and work through these big circles. Good. Think open the chest, reaching for the back wall. Well done. All right, hands at your side. All right, now let's come to standing. All right, excellent. I'm going to move my chair out of the way just a little bit as I work through my lower body warm up. So hands are on my hips, relax through my necks and shoulders. Elbows are extending back. All right, so I want that tension in my lats right off the bat. All right, inhale, draw your belly button in, soft bend in the knees, feet are in a neutral, comfortable position. And exhale, strong low belly. Inhale again as you hinge down toward the mat. So feel that rotation, that hinging in your hip, keeping your spine at a nice neutral. Inhale as you descend. Exhale as you press your heels to the ground to rise. Good. By now, hopefully you're starting to feel some flexibility come into your hamstrings. That's our target area, hamstrings and glutes. All right, then we can cross our arms out in front into our genie arms. Again, relax in the necks and shoulders. Elbows are parallel to your armpits. Inhale, draw your belly button in as your hips sink toward the ground. Exhale as you press through your heels to rise. Good. Go ahead and take 3 or 4 more of those body weight squats. Good. Focusing on the hamstrings and glutes. Try not to overthink with your quads. Nicely done. Okay, good job. Today's workout, we have 4 circuits before we end up on the ground. And our fourth circuit, we're going to be on the ground. But we are not going to use our chair too much. So I kind of have mine off to the side. We're going to start with utilizing dumbbells in our squats, okay? So in our first circuit, we're going to lift. We have 3 rounds of weightlifting, and then we're going to add in a little bit of cardio, okay, with each circuit. So reach for, I would say, your heavier dumbbells that you have. All right, feel free to grab some of mine if you like. So we're going to start with dumbbell squats. Okay, so we're using this in a suitcase carry. So your palms are facing you on either side. Okay, now you want to stand in your nice neutral spine, and you want to maintain that neutral as you squat. So you got to add a little bit of tension in your back, in your upper back. Okay, soft bend in the knees. Inhale as you sink your hips down, nice and slow. Exhale and press. So we're going down with the 2 count. 1, 2, and press up. 3, 2, and up. 4, 2, and up. 5, 2, 6, 2, and I want you to think about pressing up through your hamstrings. 9, 2, and up. Keep the shoulders back. 10, 2, and up. Nicely done. Now, set down one of your heavier dumbbells, and we're going to keep a hold of one of them and hold it by the ears. All right, so now we're going to work through wood chops. Okay, wood chops, we're working the diagonal with our lats. Our arms are rigid, slightly bent, working through our lats as we start outside the hip, back up over the shoulder, and return. 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and keep your torso as still as you can. As you keep your torso still, you suddenly feel your feet in the ground. And 10. And how your feet are reacting to stabilize the rest of your body. Okay, now outside of the other hip, ready? Exhale, and 1, 2. Nice and slow coming down, that's the harder portion. 4, 5, 6. Good. If you haven't noticed already, we're doing 10s. 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, now you can reach for your mama bear weights, your middleweight weights. All right, 2 arms, 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. Same stance, neutral stance, soft bend in the knees, lateral arm swings. Inhale through the chest. Exhale out the mouth, ready? All right, lateral arm swings. So one arm goes out straight, the other is bent. 2, and a nice isometric hold, up. And ideally, as you extend away, your palm is facing down toward the ground. And the other arm is getting a nice little bicep curl. 6. And again, you can feel how your torso may want to lean away from the work to offset. Absorb that into your core. And 10. Good, and down to your sides. Okay, we're going back to the top. All right, I'm going to take off my long sleeve turtleneck. Heavens. Sorry, folks. Okay, so back to our dumbbells. So again, I'm reaching for my heavier weight dumbbells and I'm back to my squats. Okay, so I'm nice and warm here. I do not want my shoulder blades to slide. I don't want my thoracic spine to round. So draw them back, pull your belly button in, soft bend in the knees, not too narrow. Make sure you're slightly wider than your hips, just slightly. Okay, weight in your heels, inhale. Exhale, tailbone down and up. 2, 3. Now listen to your low back here. You shouldn't feel anything in your low back. If you are, one of 2 things is going on. You're not using your low belly enough, or you're tilting your pelvis. Last one, and 10. Good, okay, set one dumbbell off to the side. All right, back to our wood chops. Good, nice first breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale and lift. And focus on your body weight into your feet. Right through the midfoot. Arms are rigid, use those lats. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, lowering with control. Outside of the other thigh, and 1, crossing over. 2, use that exhale. Good, getting those biceps to your ears as you're able. There you go, staying nice and still. And 10. Good, nice job, shoulders and lats. Okay, lateral arm swings again. Using that first breath, build up that adrenaline just a little bit. Inhale and exhale, lateral arm swings. 2, 3, good, nice and slow, staying still. 4, 5, 6, good triceps, good shoulders, good biceps. And 10. All right, nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna move on to skaters. So we're gonna get to do our cardio and then we get a break. So make sure you have space. Again, my mat is 6 feet wide, all right? So I'm gonna be traveling the width of my mat for skaters, okay? Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 3 rounds of 30 seconds with 15 seconds off in between, all right? So skaters, we're moving laterally. We step to the middle and then step behind, right? Step to the middle and step behind. Okay, so that's the movement. You can hinge at the waist, reaching for the ground as you're able. You can add a hop in the middle there if you want to, but the big idea is to use the sides of your butt, right? To use your adductors and abductors and engage your core, okay? So on me, ready, steady, let's go, and step, and step. Good. Going for 30 seconds. Good, nice big steps. That foot is going behind the hip. Good work. Nicely done. Take it at your pace. Pushing off with those side glutes. Good. All right, 10 seconds break. Good job. All right, we have 2 more rounds of 30 seconds. Excellent. Ready, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And let's go. 30 seconds. Find a pattern. Breathe. Good. Add a hop if you want. Good. Nice agility here, guys. And time. All right. 1 more round. Good work. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Ready. Let's go to the middle. There you go. Good. Hold out. So we're getting our cardio in inside. And time. All right. Good work. Now you can get a drink. All right. Next exercise series is also standing. All right. So we're going to start with our baby weights to begin here. So we have standing breaststrokes. All right. So yes, Jen, a lot of shoulders today. So when we do a standing breaststroke, we have dumbbells in our suitcase carry. We curl and press, turn outward and lower with control. Okay, so that's our cycle, outward, lower with control. All right, then we're gonna have bent over reverse rows. Okay, so we'll be in our bent over position, arms dangling from our armpits, pulling our elbows to the ceiling. Those are our bent over rows. And then we're gonna keep the dumbbells in our hand. And this might be where If we need to, we'll use our chair because we're gonna work on our split squat. So we're gonna do a right split squat and then a left split squat. So what that is we're gonna be in our split stance and we're gonna lower and raise. We don't need to bring the knee all the way to the ground like in a lunge. We're just trying to lower with control and focus on our glutes. Now we can use the chair here if we need to, right beside us, right? So we can lower and press through the chair, or if you had sticks at home, that would also be a good tool to work on because we're trying to work into our lunge, work into the glute activation we need to support that. All right, but let's get started at the top, standing breaststroke. Okay, so I have my lighter weights because I'm working through a big range of motion here. All right, belly button in, inhale, curl, press, and swim with control. Good. 3, good. I don't know why I always feel like rays of the sun as my arms extend away from my sternum. With control. 6, good. 7, parting the waters. 8, good. And we want those biceps to the ears at the top. So we're reaching all the way to the ceiling as we're able. Nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna reach for our heavier dumbbells to get into our reverse row. Now remember, if we struggle with bent over and rounding in the spine, try being in a split stance, okay? All right, I'm gonna be bent over. So hinge, knees softly bent, suitcase carry, hinging, arms are dangling out in front, okay? Keep your back as flat as you can. There you go, good. Excellent. Inhale, draw your elbows to the ceiling and down. 2, there you go, Anne. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, reverse that hinge, come to standing. Okay, now I have a big split stance. All right. All right, so my right leg is forward, my left leg is back. In my right leg forward, I have my heel pressing to the ground. So think heel, not toes, right? My left leg that's back, I'm squeezing that glute. It's nice and tight. If I have dumbbells, my shoulders are back and they're just dangling in a suitcase carry. I'm gonna lower and come back up. Not all the way down. You wanna do it just within control. Inhale and exhale, good. 4, 5, stay in your heel. 6, 7, good. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good job. Now we'll switch legs that are forward. Okay, so now I have left leg forward. Right leg is back. Find your good alignment. Make sure all those headlights are pointed forward. Back heel is off the ground. Ready? All right, lower and press. 2, try and stay in that heel. 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, bring the feet together. Nice job. Okay, now we're back to the top. We have our breaststrokes. All right, so lighter dumbbells. Suitcase carry, hands at your sides. No tension in the legs, soft in the knees. Yeah, draw those shoulders back. Curl and press all the way down. Good. 3, there we go. Remember, palms down toward the ground. Good. 7, slow, slow, slow. 8, good. Try and hold all of that in your shoulders as you're able. Make your hands light on the dumbbells in 10. Good, okay. Now switching out with our heavier dumbbells for those bent over rows. So if you did split stance, make sure to switch legs that you have leading here. All right. Otherwise, if you are in a neutral stance, soft bend in the knees and hinging forward. So like this, okay. All right, ready? Exhale, elbows to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, good. And think about using the muscles in your back. Don't think about your grip. Don't think about your chest. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. All right, now we get to the challenging part, right? Okay, so let's say that last round was just too challenging with dumbbells, and I'm gonna use my chair, which is fine. All right, so I have the chair off to my side. I'm gonna step forward with the right leg. Left leg is back, everything is square. I'm gonna put my right hand down on the chair. I need to have a broad enough split stance so I don't feel like I'm getting into my knees, right? So as I lower, this is gonna help me stabilize. 1, there we go, good. 2, 3, good, Anne. There you go, Lorraine, much better. 4, 5, good. Toes off the ground as you're able. 7, good job, Angie. 8, 9, and 10. Whoo! 10's a lot, I know. So do what you can with control. Okay, left leg is forward. Make sure that knee is bent. Make sure that stance is broad. Right leg is back, heel off the ground. Headlights pointed forward. My left hand is down in the back of my chair. Ready? Down and up. Now we're just working on this split squat, so my knee doesn't have to go all the way down. I should be feeling the back of my leg, that front leg, hamstring and glute. I should kind of be feeling this back glute in my core. 1 more. And 10. Good. And step out of it. Good job. All right. Now, we got through 2 rounds. Excellent. Now, our cardio is one of my favorite kind of cardio combo movements. It is dumbbell skier arms. So I like to tell people, find a weight that is as heavy as your core can manage. Your arms are going to be swinging, right? Hands go back, arms swing forward and back. As you're at the top, your shoulders, hips, and ankles are stacked in a straight line. No knee thrust or no hip thrust. Those dumbbells are swinging away, so you have all that weight away from your center of gravity that you need to contain with your core, okay? So we have 3 rounds of 30 seconds with this, okay? So you ready? Steady, hands back and hinge and go. 1. Why am I counting? Don't need to count, just need to swing. Good. Hinge, focus on hamstrings and glutes. Last one, and then we get our 10 seconds off. Good, lower them to the ground with control, or lower them to your sides with control. We're gonna start again in 5 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, and 1 for 30. Yes, this is where we're getting our heart rates up, folks. Notice I'm using my exhale as I drag from my transverse, pulling my pelvis back up to neutral. Good, okay, lower the dumbbells with control. All right, we have one more round of 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Good work. Now, if you're using a heavy enough set of dumbbells, your grip might get tired. Do not throw dumbbells into your computer. Good, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nicely done. Set those dumbbells to the side and get a quick drink of water. Okay, here we go with the chair. All right, so this next round, we're gonna do seated, so it's gonna be a lot of arm work. And we're gonna need about, I'm gonna bring my dumbbells close, medium weight dumbbells, and maybe one heavier weight dumbbell. So we have front raises. You can choose whether you want to do palm facing front raises or palm down front raises, whichever is best for you in your shoulders. Okay, then we'll do lateral raises. So a little bit more work here. And then we're gonna switch to just one dumbbell and do our halos. So we're working through, again, our shoulder girdles, strengthening through there, our coordination with our fingers, and then finally hammer curls. So with our biceps. So all of this, pelvis is stuck to our chair. So wiggle in, find your sit bones. Pelvis is stable. You got to stabilize everything else. Okay, so make that a big focus of what you do next. All right, so I'm grabbing my midweight dumbbells and my hands are at my side. I'm going to start with front raises. So I'm going to alternate. I'm going to do the first 10 with palm facing. Okay, do not let your shoulders slump. Keep your spine in its neutral. Inhale, exhale, 1, and down, 2, good, 3, flatten and zip the rib cage, 6, good control, nice isometric holds, 9, and then we're going right into the lateral raises and down, and 1, 2, good, 4, 6, you got it, 8, and 10. Woo, okay. Now I'm gonna swap out for one heavier dumbbell for halos. Okay. So we just need one that we're gonna grab by the ears and hold to our chest, right at our neckline. All right, and we're gonna put it around our head like a scarf, right? So open it up, wrap around your neck, and return to center. All the way around, 2. Getting those elbows up, 3, 4. And as we finish our 5th one, we're gonna come back to center and then change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nicely done. Good. Remember, we want to keep it as close to our neck as we can and force our shoulder to really operate on a nice big end range. Okay, so now we have our heavier dumbbells as we're able for our hammer curls. Okay, I like to do alternating hammer curls. So I'm going to stick with that. So seated nice and tall, I have heavy weights that are pulling me down toward the ground, but I'm not going to slope. I'm not going to round my spine. Sit nice and tall, belly button in. All right, I'm going to bring my right one up and then begin. 2, 3, same pacing. 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Okay, now we're back to the top, last round. All right, so I'm gonna reach for my little bit lighter weights. All right, so now I'm gonna do palms down. You can do palm facing or palm down, front raises. Inhale through the chest and exhale. 1. Good, let those arms float to the top of the pool. Good, exhale, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you know where I'm feeling tired is my forearms. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but this is a lot of gripping. All right, we're going to lateral raises. Okay, nice and relaxed. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Focus on your stillness. Good, nicely done. 5, 6, 8, and 10. Woo, okay, dumbbells down. We're on to halos and hammer curls, and then we'll make our way down to the ground. Okay, single dumbbell in your lap. Make sure those legs are in parallel. Hold it to your chest, elbows in. All right, I'm gonna start with my right ear. Okay, ready? Wrap it around like a scarf around the right ear and back to the left. Good, make yourself reach. This is a range of motion that we limit if we don't use it. All right, let's change directions now. So we don't want to limit ourselves, limit our range of motion, limit our capabilities. Good, so wrap that dumbbell around your neck and down. Good, okay. Reach for your other heavier dumbbell for our hammer curls. All right, down at your sides. All right, lift 1 and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, set those dumbbells off to the side now. We're on our last round of cardio. So we have a minute and a half of cardio. And we also don't need our dumbbells for the rest of class. So you can set them off to the side so they aren't gonna be in your way. Now, our last round of cardio are called globe hops, okay? So this is designed to help you activate with your calves, okay? So it's hopping or stepping, if you're not comfortable with hopping, into a weather vane pattern, right? So north, south, east, west. North, south, east, west, okay? So as you're able, you want to have some hop, some lift off the ground. Again, as you're able, but if you're not able, that's fine, but keep your heels off the ground, okay? We wanna be flexing our foot. We wanna be lifting off with our calf muscles, using the muscles in the front of our legs as well. So you're gonna feel it after a minute and a half of this work, okay? But think agile, I'm agile, right? Okay, ready? Steady, let's go. North, south, west, east. North, south, west, east. And I always go back south, north, south, east, west. 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 Good, north, south. Okay, pause. Now, if you feel like this is easy and you want to add in the hop, that's when you really get your cardio going. Ready, steady, and go. So hop, 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 hop. hop, 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 hop. So that's how it goes. So you can two-step it, or you can one-step it. Good, stay with it. North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. Okay, time. Good job. We have one more round of 30 seconds. Remember, keep your heels off the ground. You're working the muscle on the bottom of the foot, the top of the foot, calves in front of the shins. Ready, steady, let's go. North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. I know, it's a mental thing too. I would tell you all, change your pattern, step with a different foot. But it's like, what? I can only hold so many things in my brain at one time, Jen. Last one, north, south, east, west, and back. Good job. All right, now you can get a drink. And now we'll make our way to the ground. So position your chair to get you down to the ground safely. Okay, so here's my chair. I'm gonna have, it's to my right, so I'm gonna have my right hand ready as I go down into my half kneel, planting my hand to get into my half kneel, and then a full kneel, right? And then hands planted. And I'm gonna work my way onto my side. Good, so here I am on my side with my wrist under armpit. The other hand's gonna come down. I can lower my shoulder carefully down to the ground. I find my way down onto the mat. Right, so we're gonna start here. Resting in our imprint, relaxing through our neck and tops of shoulders. If your heart rate's still going, you wanna spend just a moment using your breath weight to gather your heart rate back to yourself. So inhale through your nose, long and slow. Exhale out your mouth, long and slow. Continue that breath work pattern. Inhale and exhale, slow and even. Imagine that you have this tiniest little feather that you're blowing along on its path, and you want to keep it from going crazy. So you just have to exhale nice and slow and smooth to push it along its way without it going crazy and losing its path. Okay, hopefully everyone's heart rate is back down to a more manageable range. All right, now as you exhale, I want you to begin going through that process mentally for your body setup. So as you exhale, leading with the lifting of your pelvic floor, it might feel like that sensation of holding in your urine or doing a Kegel. That is really normal. So lift the pelvic floor. And on the next exhale, I want you to think about lifting the pelvic floor and sinking your belly towards your spine. So that deepest abdominal layer, transverse abdominis, it's sinking down like a flattening air mattress towards your spine. And finally, the zipping of your rib cage. So pelvic floor lifts, transverse flattens and wraps, and ribs zip. Those intercostals squeeze and come together to stabilize that area of your power box that supports your lumbar spine. Good. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and extend that right leg up into chair. And I want you to find that tension in your right oblique right off the bat. The knee is right over your hip. The leg is bent at a right angle, and you're feeling tension in your right oblique. As you exhale, you're going to extend and straighten that right leg out through a male slot, deepening and wrapping your transverse, holding the weight of your leg in your low belly. And then exhale, retract and return it back to chair. Let's continue that with the right leg. Exhale, single leg extension, flatten and wrap. And exhale, pull the knee back into chair, contracting through your oblique. Good. Okay, now let's float that right leg down to the ground and analyze. Do you feel a lot in your quad? All right, you want that leg as it goes into its single leg extension to be dead. You don't want to feel it doing all the work. So as you extend it, get light in the foot. Okay, let's go to the left leg now. So palms are down at your side. Exhale into your setup and then pull that left leg up into chair, aligned right over the knee. Leg is bent. Inhale through the chest here and then exhale, extend that left leg. Sink that low belly. The back should not be arching. Left oblique drags the leg back into chair. Exhale, extend, belly sinks. And then left oblique drags the leg back into chair. Good, take one or two more. Good, okay, lower that left leg with control. Nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna bring our palms to our ears and fold your elbows in so you can see them in your peripheral vision. All right, create a little bit of tension in your armpits as though they're finding a connection with your hips right off the bat. You can feel that, like your body wants to be a hammock. Okay, your feet are flat on the ground with knees toward the ceiling. And then we're gonna exhale and we're gonna float our head up off the ground just an inch. Keep your gaze at the ceiling. And then breathe into your body setup. You're nice and strong in your belly. Your back's not arching and your ribs aren't flaring. You're nice and neutral in your low back, supported by your body setup. You also don't have a lot of tension in your neck. The weight of your head is heavy in your hands. And that heaviness is being supported by your strong chest and your strong lats. Okay, now we're gonna take that right leg and float it up into chair. Good, and now we're gonna do a single leg extension with that right leg. So extend it. Good, and as it's extended now, we're gonna contract through our right oblique and pull that leg out and away. And then exhale, contract through your inner thigh and pull it back in. And then draw it back up into chair and float the leg back down. Okay, so that is our work. We're gonna do, go ahead and bring your head to the ground. We're gonna work on single leg extension, keeping the belly wrapped, grabbing a breath here as that leg is extended, and then activating through our oblique and glute to drag the leg out. Adductors draw it back in. So this is our scissors, out, in, and then back into chair, and then we'll switch legs in between each, okay? So you got that, everybody? All right, so palms at your ears, float the head, transfer that weight into your chest and your lats. All right, now let's go to our left leg since we already did our right. All right, exhale, float the left leg up into chair. Exhale, straighten that left leg, single leg extension. Exhale, left oblique and glute, contract to draw the leg out. Inner thigh drags the leg back in and back into chair and back down. Switch to the right leg. Now you have to have that lat to oblique connection on both sides to stabilize you, okay? Exhale, right leg goes up into chair. Exhale, single leg extension. Exhale, oblique and glute, draw the leg out. Inner thigh drags back in and back into chair and down. Left leg, chair, single leg extension. Oblique draws the leg out. Inner thigh draws the leg in, back to chair and down. And we'll do one more on each side. Exhale, single leg chair. Exhale, single leg extension. Exhale, oblique and glute, draw the leg out. Inner thigh draws back in. Return to chair and down. And left leg, exhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Exhale, draw out using that oblique. Exhale, inner thigh draws back in. Oblique returns to chair. And then heel back down to the ground and head returns to the ground. Bring your arms to your sides. Nice job. Okay. All right, now we're gonna roll over and get into tabletop position. Okay, so I'm gonna roll over onto my side. I'm on my right side and my left hand is gonna press my torso off the ground, plant the right hand under my armpit, and then get myself into my nice tabletop position. Okay, so we aren't gonna spend a long time here. We're gonna work on some hydrants and some kickbacks. So make sure you have enough length so you don't run into the wall. There you go. All right, now hydrants, we're thinking those same muscles we were just working through with scissors, glutes, outer glutes, and obliques. Okay, wrist under armpits. All right, focus on your kneecap. All right, my kneecap is a paintbrush, and I'm going to paint a stripe of paint coming away from my torso, and I'm going to contract through my oblique and through my glute to drive that knee away, and everything else remains stable. Inhale through the nose into the chest. Exhale, contract and draw the knee out and return. Exhale out and return. Good. Now your arms are going to want to bend. You're going to want to rotate and open up, but don't let it happen. Good. Okay, knee returns to the ground, and now we're going to do the kickback. So the kickback is a contraction through the hamstring. Exhale and driving the heel to the wall. Nice and straight, and return. Exhale, heel to the wall, finding that weight of your leg in your hamstring and not your quad. So pause out there as you push your heel against the wall, keeping that foot light. Good, and we want our pelvis to be nice and still. Our arms are nice and straight. Good, okay, return that leg back down to the ground. Let's go ahead and move on to our haunches, shake out our wrists, and then we'll go through the other leg. Okay, you ready? All right, wrists are nice and bendy, stretched out, back to our tabletop. Okay, so now I'm gonna be working my right side hydrant. Okay, wrists under armpits, nice lat engagement. Remember the paintbrush on your kneecap. Inhale and exhale, contract through the obliques, contract through the glutes. Painting that swipe out to the side, no rotation. So the headlights on your shoulders and hips should stay pointed down. Everyone's range of motion is dictated by their own body and flexibility. So be mindful. Activate, exhale, contract and pull, but don't rotate. Good, lower the knees to the ground with control. All right, now we're gonna do the kickback portion, okay? So now we're thinking hamstrings. Inhale and exhale, contract through the hamstring, heel to the wall, and return. And I like to gaze straight down to the ground at a very tiny spot on the ground to help me think as I exhale, I'm keeping myself stable. Hips, shoulders, arms are straight, maintaining my neutral spine. Good, last one, and extend. Okay, draw your knees back underneath you. Sneak back to your haunches, stretch out your wrists just a little bit. Do some circles with your hands, stretching through your wrists. Good, and the last one we're gonna cover today, just very quickly, is in boat pose. Okay, so we're going to turn over onto our fanny. Okay, so we are not on our sit bones, we're not on our tailbone, we're reaching the rounded portion of our spine into our sacrum. Okay, our legs are extended out, held in parallel, heels on the ground, toes lifted. I want you to take your hands and put them behind your your knee pits. Okay, and your arms are out and they're a little bit rigid, shoulders are down, and lean back like you created your own little body recliner. Okay, not sunk in the chest, stay lifted so you're in a nice neutral spine. Good. Okay, you found your own little recliner. Now exhale into your body setup. You should feel strength from your lats all the way down towards your back pockets, that you can maintain this neutral spine, and release your hands. So my hands are now extended, palm facing toward the opposite window, heels are down on the ground. Okay, now I'm going to twist through the rib cage and tap the ground. Twist back to center and twist to the other side, tap the ground. Back to center, twist, back to center, and twist. So all of this movement is coming through my rib cage. My knees and my hips are staying nice and still. Twist and twist. Twist and twist. Let's take one more on each side. Twist and twist. Good. Now, if you find your hands back behind your kneecaps, how far off base did you get, right? Did you feel your chest had sunk just a little bit? Yeah, it's pretty normal. It's hard to not sink through the chest, right? The next level of that progression is to get our feet off the ground and do that same work with the feet not moving. But I know that with feet on the ground and hips on the ground, you're stable. So you can really isolate and focus on how much rotation can I get through my rib cage. Okay, nice job. All right, now we're gonna sneak over to our hip again and lower ourselves onto our back and do a little bit of stretching for our low back, because I know we felt it when we did that. So draw your knees to your chest, releasing your legs. Okay, let your legs go dead in your hands if you can. It's really tough not to like grip in your quads and do extra here, but try and release it so your low back can release just a little bit. Good. Okay, now we're going to take our palms down to our sides and let your legs fall off to the side. So my legs are going to the right now. And mine can get all the way down to the ground, which is great. But then, oh, I got to keep my left shoulder blade down. So I'm going to reset that and say, okay, I want big rotation. Left side of my pelvis is up. Legs are down to the ground on my right, but I got to keep my shoulder blade down to get that rotation through my low back. Okay, so now I got it. I'm settled. And I'm breathing into this position. I'm going to slide my right leg out from underneath. I'm going to take my right hand and press down gently on my left leg. And relax as well as you're able into this position. Nicely done. Okay, let's rotate back to center. So both sides of your pelvis are on the mat. Draw your knees towards your chest, palms at your sides, and then let your legs fall to the left side of the mat. Good. Okay, think back. Oh, right shoulder blade down. Yep. Okay, right palm down on the ground. Slide that left leg out from underneath if you're able. Left palm on the outside of your right knee and press gently down. exhale and breathe. Try to relax and soften, relax and soften. Find those words that help you reach that level where you can just give in to the stretch and not grip and be fearful. Nice. Okay, rotate back to center, plant your feet on the ground. Take 1 or 2 nice breaths here. Into the chest, exhaling out the low belly. All right, and then roll over onto your side again, pressing your way up off of the mat using that tricep. Okay, nice class today, guys. We will see you Thursday for our next Strong and Steady. So thanks for joining me.